But we had two flips yesterday. We flipped a guy from Illinois and we flipped a guy from Rutgers. Like we're just snatching everybody from the Big Ten, I guess. Because I
I
mean
mean,
we got Rihyael Kelley, the safety, who's 3-star, and we got Javari Bennett, the running back from Rutgers, Tampa Bay Tech High School. How are you feeling about the flips? Like,
um, well, if you all tune into the Coach Mook Network every Monday, following these recruiting weekend visits, sometimes Sunday evenings, I would literally be telling people what's going on. And I said that it would not be crazy for everyone to see a trio of running backs committed in this class. This would be sort of kind of like what we see in the trio of what we had in the trio of Jam Miller, Justice Haynes, and Richard Young. You're stacking some quality depth in a rotational based system with three skill sets that kind of mirror each other and have that one it factor that kind of separates them. Getting them to bounce off each other and kind of blend is what you want in your offensive scheme. And it wouldn't be crazy to have a Crowell, Barnett, and a Cooper commitment in this class. I would not. I don't see that being far fetched. You got a 3-star guy, a 4-star in Cooper. That's probably going to be a 4-star, and then you got a 5-star in Crowell, who's it's a 4-star right now, but he's going to be a 5-star. By the end of this class's rating. So it wouldn't be crazy to see them get what they do at their NIL value per their star ratings and everything that else surrounds that. Plus, just having a realistic opportunity to be developed and play some impactful rotational reps as true freshmen in Alabama's offense. So it's a lucrative. It's an attractive conversation when you look at Barnett. And then you look at the other young man, Rihyael Kelley, just its connection with Coach Mo in the Cincinnati area. I told people weeks ago when Alabama, we were here talking about it on the show 2 weeks ago. My first show, The Substitute. I said, look out for the name Rihyael Kelley. The Cincinnati connection is real. Justin Hill, Cam Calhoun, those are guys that's going to be this. We talked about Cam Calhoun's transition to Alabama because of Mo Linguist, right? I didn't think that the flip would happen, and that's why I told y'all Albert Hill too, who's currently committed to USC. Don't think that we're done pushing at him, because the thing with Coach Mo in this scheme, you can have 4 or 5 cornerback commits in a class, and they can realistically see themselves be utilized in the secondary in Kane Wommack's system. So I think we're in good position with a lot of these guys. Getting those flips was just a start. I think you're still looking at Mayock, the safety. That Alabama is still trying to pad that safety room. Lasiah Jackson, I think we're kind of moving past that move. He's really bent on being out west. Florida State is not even in the picture for him no more. And then just the secondary in general in that running back room, this would be targeting guys that fit the mold of what you've been developing on this roster for the past, now 14 months. They fit the mold of, so you don't have to restart and try to resurface an identity for what you're trying to present on the field.
Yeah, when I saw this like yesterday morning and yesterday afternoon, I was thinking to myself, this is a huge win for the Crimson Tide, because now it's 3 flips. First one being Jet Tamala. I'm just kind of like, we're getting the wins all over the place. And roll tide roll to you two, Brittany Sue, and roll tide roll to Mary, and roll tide roll to Jordan Wright, Zachary Wilges, and yeah, if you say so, Diesel Freak. Nah, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we this not even the troll panel. This not even where we acknowledge the trolls. We talking Alabama football. So if you're not talking Alabama football, you probably don't want to be here, because we're going to be talking Alabama football. That's it. We're the voice for Alabama football.
Yeah.
And yes, the voice may be small in numbers right now, but believe me, when we get this thing hit the ground running full season, bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be something crazy. People are they're watching. They're watching. They're trying to figure out what's happening. They're trying to figure out how Smook and Jackson coming together, collabing on it's crazy. People are wondering. So it's gonna be great to see this thing develop, guys. But getting back to the conversation, man. I think more people want to know and have a conversation about who can possibly be the next guys to commit / flip. And being I consider myself a vetted, amongst a fan base of vetted recruiting insider source. I'm not going to say I know everything about recruiting, but when it comes to Alabama recruiting, I've developed some really, you know, close knit relationships with the staff, but also the players being targeted. You know, especially when it's in-state players that I can actually get to and meet families and shake hands, or guys in Georgia, Florida. Is different when you can be on the phone and having conversations with these guys. It has nothing to do with football. You know, so things you get thrown into conversations and talks and conversations around these players. And we have some quality sources at the Coach Mook Network now, Alabama Voice of College Football. So I implore you to just continue to support both sides of this network and just watch it grow. Talking about guys that are really leaning and I think are targeting Alabama, or Alabama's targeting it, and it could be favorable commitments happen no later than Thursday. You know, as soon as Thursday, no later than this upcoming Sunday. We know the first week of July is always big commit week. You know, it's been something even when Coach Saban was here. But I look at what Coach DeBoer did last year. Go look at a lot of those big name commits last year. Even though some of them decommitted after, look at when the commitments happen. And so look for the fireworks to start either Thursday. I would say early Thursday. You might see one or two early in the day to where it's not given what I'm going to be projecting. Right. I'm going to do my thing on Twitter and hype people up, get them mad because I'm not going to put a name on it. But just know that it's coming, and the defense is going to be the catalyst in this class as far as getting the early commits. Trust me when I say this. More defensive players will commit in this class early on than the offensive side. And just because of that, it doesn't mean that we're not gaining ground or we don't have a solid lean with some of these offensive recruits. It's just guys just weighing out their options. Guys weighing out their options. You got some offensive pieces that if they don't have a big year this year, it could dictate how this 25 recruit is going to lean towards Bama. Whatever the trajectory is for that position, it's smart. It's business. That's what the college game is, and recruiting and everything is a business now. So don't worry. I'll keep you informed, but we won't go into particular names, but just know the defense. It looks like this is going to be one of the stronger defensive classes to where when you see the style of defense on the field this year, people believe that this is going to be like a replica of that Saban era of 2011 to 2015 stretch, you know, or that 2017, 2019, those 3 years where the defense was really legit and they accented the offense very well. So I'm excited about it, Jackson.
There we go. I mean, like, people keep underestimating Bama, and I say just let them keep talking. Let them keep talking, and when they do keep talking, they're gonna be shot. They're gonna be shot to high heaven when the regular season rolls around, and they're gonna think to themselves, you know, we shouldn't have doubted them.
Facts. I just look at some of the guys that, you know, Alabama is really kind of not passing up on, or kind of just not making that direct delivery push for. And they may be in-state guys that's highly rated in-state, get big names and Bama fans growing up, but they're not fitting the mold of what we want. And you got another 4-star out-state. Like everybody's talking about, you know, I think it's Bacon, the kid in-state that everybody's tripping on that's not considering Bama. He's with Miami. And then there was another, I want to say it was not Elijah Golden. I think Golden, I feel like Golden is going Ruffin. I think Ruffin is the guy that everybody was like, you know, how can Bama let him get out of state? You know, hey, it happens. But you got a guy out of state that same build, same skill set that it really wants to be at Bama, and that's Elijah Golden. I think we might see a commitment from him, you know, early July, you know, just surrounding the talk surrounding his campaign and his recruiting. A lot of people thought it was Oklahoma, OU, then Bama, but after his official visit, I want to say on the 13th was the weekend. He didn't come Big Bama weekend. The week before Big Bama week, that's when I felt like we started making some leeway with Elijah Golden. And that's a big body in the middle to go along with, you know, a shorter big body in Jamari Matthews, who's going to be more so an interior guy for this class too. So Bama really stacking in the trenches. We've seen the offensive tackle commits, you know, come through this week. And towards last week, we saw the interior offensive line get boosted with Chris Booker. So you see where the priorities are, and it's not so much skill position drama this year like it was last year. You know, Bama feels good with 6 of the wide receivers that they have on the board. 3 of them is all they really want and need. You know, they might take 4, but 3 is all they want and need in this class. And I think you got 3 skill sets there. But defense, like I said, everybody be looking on the be on the outlook for the defense, offensive line and defense commits coming here in the summer.
Ooh, it's summer, man. Where do we begin?